This video, I'm gonna show you the exact meal plan I eat to stay jacked. I don't obsess over macros or calories. I follow a super simple meal plan that is gonna be easy to implement. You've probably heard the phrase at some point that abs are made in the kitchen, but did you know the same goes for muscle? Lifting weights is only half the battle. Real progress happens when your nutrition is on point. Just like you can't build a house without the bulk materials, you can't build your dream physique without the right fuel. And unfortunately, a lot of beginners overlook this. They think a few scoops of protein powder and some creatine is going to make them look like Arnold, but there's a lot more to it than that. I do use protein powder, but you don't really need it. I look at it as just extra credit, like it can help, especially if you're a hard gainer like me that, has always struggled with an appetite, but it's not necessary. The real gains are made with high quality, nutrient dense food. And for context, I'm 6 foot and I'm currently around 187 pounds with the goal of slowly building up to the 190s and staying relatively lean while doing this. If you're shorter, you're taller, or you just have different weight goals, your calorie needs will differ, obviously. And you can just look up a free calculator online to get your numbers out in. But before we get into the specifics of my diet, let me share my non negotiables when it comes to nutrition. And this is all going to be my opinion and simply what I do. So just use what you can, implement what you can. This is my opinion. Number one is I eat organic whenever possible. I always prioritize buying organic food when I can. Why? Because we only get one body, and I want to fuel mine with the cleanest and the best food possible. Yes, organic is going to be more expensive, but I would rather spend my money on quality food than on material things. It's an investment in my health and longevity. Too many people do the opposite, in my opinion. I see them wearing designer clothes, showing off Rolexes online, the newest gadgets and cars, but neglecting their bodies. And honestly, that's never made sense to me. We all have the freedom to make our own choices, but why focus on materialistic things first? When you prioritize your health first, everything else in your life is going to get better. You're going to live longer, you're going to have more energy, and enjoy the fruits of your labor at another level than if you're fat, sick, and suffering. Number two is real food over processed food. I used to follow the if it fits your macros approach, where you can eat anything as long as you hit your macros. You can eat cake, ice cream, cookies, fast food. But here's the problem: health just isn't about hitting your macros. You can be ripped and still unhealthy. And I look at it like this: like, let's say you have a super nice Lamborghini in your driveway, but when you pop the hood, like it's a rust bucket with a small engine. Same with your body and your internals. The if it fits your macros approach doesn't account for your overall health, your vitamins, your minerals, or just optimal hormone balance. When you're constantly consuming all this processed food with ingredients you can't pronounce, it's just like your mind's gonna be all over the place. Your emotions are all over the place. You're on these like sugar highs and these sugar lows and these just emotional roller coasters. Like I noticed when I started eating cleaner, my anxiety lowered and just, my mind's sharper. My digestion is better, my skin is clear, and I rarely get sick. So now let's actually get into the diet. Like, what does a typical week of eating look like for me? I start my day super early, usually around 3:30 a.m. or 4, and consume raw honey, lemon water, and about 150 milligrams of pre-workout before I hit the gym. My first meal is always a smoothie. I've been drinking this every day for years, and the recipe is 12 ounces of whatever milk you use. I use almond milk. I do a scoop of protein powder, 1 tablespoon of almond butter, 1 tablespoon of raw honey, 3 medjool dates, a scoop of collagen, and then about 2 cups of frozen fruit. And I usually go with mango and blueberries. If I need extra protein, I'll make a side of chicken sausage or beef links. And if I wasn't allergic to eggs, then I would just make eggs. So I would do the smoothie and eggs, but since I'm allergic, I do either chicken sausage or beef links. For lunch, I usually go with grass-fed beef, 85/15, mixed with some healthy carbs and fats. So I might do a half pound to a full pound of ground beef. I do Japanese sweet potatoes. It's just a much sweeter variety, and you can find those at Whole Foods. I do a whole avocado, sauteed onions, and then I'll like cut up some spicy dill pickles and just kind of mix it all in. For a snack, I'll usually do some fruit with almond butter plus a protein shake if I'm bulking. So that could look like 1 to 2 cups of grapes, some dried mango or apple plus almond butter, a protein shake, a cup of whole milk, and a banana, and a Chomps beef jerky stick. Just something quick and simple while I'm at work that I can just, chug down real quick. And for dinner, I might do a ribeye steak or chicken breast or thigh, sauteed onions, mixed bell peppers, jasmine rice cooked in bone broth for extra protein. That's a hack if you use water right now. If you just start using bone broth, Watch out though, you don't want to get like chicken broth because it doesn't have that protein content. It needs to be bone broth. Start mixing that in into your rice cooker or your pressure cooker, and that'll up your protein intake. So I'll do the jasmine rice with bone broth, and then I might do a half an avocado since I already had a full one, earlier on. And once again, I just kind of rotate either ribeye, chicken breast, chicken thigh, chicken wings, and then what I just mentioned. And for a sweet tooth, I'll split open a couple of the medjool dates, add in just some almond butter and some honey, and then I'll do another glass of whole milk. And that right there kills all my sweet tooths because I used to be addicted to ice cream and pizza and all this other, super high processed food. And this is what I follow. So I keep this basic layout for most of the week, honestly, like switching out different meats and fruits depending on the day. Ground beef might become ribeye steak, like I said. Chicken thighs might become chicken breast. Also rotating fruits and then vegetables as well. And one of my favorite meals and my go-tos that I pretty much eat every day is just chicken breast, mixed peppers and onions, and jasmine rice. Even though I didn't always eat like this, I now crave real food. Once you break the addiction to processed junk and adjust to nutrient dense eating, there's no going back. I don't do any cheat meals at all. Like, I literally don't eat out because I'm eating to live, I'm not living to eat. Every time I go off my diet, especially as I've, started eating cleaner, I just feel awful. Eating clean isn't just about building muscle or looking good. It's about feeling your best, staying healthy, and living longer. Once you get into the habit of eating real whole foods, you're gonna notice a huge difference in how you feel. I can promise you that. And now that you have my meal plan, if you're looking for a step-by-step program to go from average to jacked, check out my link below. I literally created it for someone who's a complete beginner or someone who's stalled and not seen progress in the gym to just follow the step-by-step roadmap to get jacked. Appreciate you guys watching. Talk to you on the next one. Peace.